This trash. This first run was trash, gang. And it's hot and it's loud out here.
Perfect.
What's swinging, gang? What's swinging, gang? So I'm actually on my new camera, and well, when they said I'm gonna need a selfie stick for this camera, they wasn't lying, cause you see I'm zoomed all the way out and it's all in my face. So I'm gonna either have to get a wide angle lens or a selfie stick to push this camera back some, cause this ridiculous. I don't like to be all in the camera like this. But if y'all saw the last video, y'all know I put the Vibrant Performance muffler on the X5, and I told you guys every performance mod I do to this truck, we going to the track. We going to the track, every performance mod. And the reason I'm doing that and not waiting until I do everything to go to the track is so in case you guys don't want to do everything, you can see how much performance every mod picks up. And I know it's harder for cars to pick up performance at the track versus say a 0 to 60 or a 60 to 120. You know, that quarter mile, you need some real deal performance for it to show at the track, bro. Like, you gotta do some work for it to show at the track. But anyways, we still finna pick up some see if we can pick up a quicker time in the quarter mile. I think last time we ran like a 13 something. I can't remember the exact time we ran, but I'm gonna put it right here. And we finna see if we can beat that time today with the Vibrant Performance muffler, gang. So yeah, it's a little bit of traffic because the track don't open till 6 o'clock. So I leave at around like 5:20, 5:15, and you know, everybody getting off work around that time. So I'm gonna get back with you, gang, when we get to this track and see what this truck runs. It's a little windy out here, gang, so forgive me for the wind noise. But let's take a look at some of the cars we got out here today. doing again?
Hey, doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Anything new since the last time we saw you out?
Changed some bushings in the back. Maybe helps fight some bill hop. Could do a 1.9 and a 60, 1.8.
All right.
Should help me out. It ain't that fast. 13.
Yeah, I remember from last time. It's a good. A lot of times the 13 cars whoop a lot of the stuff out here because they can't hook.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a junkyard 5.3, so it does pretty good.
Yeah, it looks great too.
Thanks.
Beautiful car.
Thanks, man.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
So that's pretty much the gist of what's out here. I'm sorry if it's super loud because it's very windy today. So we waiting for them to open up the doors and gotta go race. Alright gang, let's see what this baby can do with the exhaust. Exhaust Shorty, Vibrant Exhaust Shorty. That's my name tonight. Vibrant Exhaust Shorty. Let's see what we can do, gang. Let's see what we can do. Y'all already know we don't got enough. We don't have enough power to need to burn out in the burnout pit. So I ain't burning out in no burnout pit. Ain't no need for that. No need for that whatsoever. All right, let these two cars go. Get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Wait, he's saying back up. First pass of the night. All right, gang. Now, this is some frustrating stuff right here. Now, as you can see, last time I ran at the track, I fixed the charge pipe and ran I got the windows up because it's super loud out there, so hold on. Now, gang, this is super frustrating. Last time I was at the track, I ran a 13 at, I think, 101. I don't know if this is a fluke or what, but I only changed a couple of things. Now I'm back in the 14s at 95 miles per hour. So I'm down almost with 95 point 3.5. So I'm down around 6 miles an hour, guys. You know, so the only thing I changed since then, let me flip this camera around. The only thing I changed since then was I did exhaust. I updated the exhaust, put a Vibrant Performance muffler on there, which y'all see on the last video. I'm gonna put the link down in the description if you guys didn't see that. And I upgraded the front brakes. So I'm thinking it could be the front brakes because the front brakes are a lot heavier than they used to be. You know, I went from a single piston caliper with a small rotor up to a 6 piston caliper with a huge rotor. You know, so, and these are one-piece rotors, guys. These aren't the rotors that come with the aluminum hats that the 550 GT would have, because these are 550 GT rotors on the front, and they usually come with aluminum hats to kind of save weight. So that could be the reason, but I'm gonna see on the next pass if the car gets faster. I didn't really get a good lunch either. The car didn't get a chance to build much boost before I jumped off, so that could be a problem too. You know, like the car didn't get a chance to build good boost. But my reaction time was a 231, which isn't good. You know, I try to keep it in the double digits with a point double digits, or at least a 0.1 something. You know, so my reaction time could be a little better. It's a 0.231. Yeah, this trash. This first run was trash, gang. And it's hot and it's loud out here. So I'm finna wait till I get in time, get back in. I'm back in the lane, so I'm finna get another run in and see if we can get back in the 13s like we supposed to be, at least. Cause now we backtracking, so. Definitely glad I got that brake kit done, because I would have been right down there with that Ford with the single pistons, can barely stop, having to take the last gate. But since I got the brake upgrade, I can take the first gate because I can stop fast enough. Alright, gang, so one thing that I didn't take into consideration today is that I'm out here and it's a lot hotter than it was last time. Last time I raced this truck, it was very cool and it was like late into the night, and it's hot. As you can see, I'm sweating. So I mean, most cars lose at least a whole entire second on the track when it's hot, you know. So that could very well be it, even though I know the brakes are a lot heavier. I know the muffler didn't kill anything, because this is a straight through muffler. No way that could have not helped. So I think it's because the temperature. So I mean, the sun is going down now and it's gonna cool down, you know. So hopefully that helps us get back to where we're supposed to be running, because this is a 100+ mile per hour car in the quarter and at least a 13-second in the quarter. So, you know, this car finna run in the 100 100 mile an hour, 13 second tonight. You know, damn that. So something gotta happen. I'm back working on the X6M. So let's see what's going on. Alright gang, so I've been waiting for it to cool down, and obviously it's not cooling down. So it said it 78 degrees. I don't know if that's good or bad. It says 78 degrees out here right now. That's almost 80 degrees, so I guess that's bad on the track. So, but I mean, the wind feel good out here, so the wind definitely ain't helping me. I need some of that cold air to blow up in this dang on turbo, because I've been running 14.1, 14.3, 14.2. This 14.1 was my best pass so far. And what's crazy, all of them is still at 95. This one is almost at 96 miles an hour. Yeah, but 95, 96 miles an hour. You know, like, that's trash. I just ran a 103. I'm in a 101, 102, I think. I think it was a 102. I just ran a 13.9 at 102 miles an hour. So how I go from a 13.9 at 102 miles an hour down to a 14.1, which is pretty much a 13.9. But that's a big difference in drag racing, a huge difference in drag racing, you know, and still almost 6 miles an hour or 5 miles an hour now. Like, man, it's crazy. You know, so I definitely think it's my brake upgrade. You know, that's what I think it is. It's my brake upgrade. It was the front brake upgrade, because it's definitely not the exhaust. That exhaust is free flowing. You know, it pulls strong. It pulls easily. I think it's that, you know, that unsprung weight. You know, that extra unsprung weight up front. Because like I told you guys, that caliper is a lot heavier than the single piston that came in this truck. And the rotor is... that rotor is way heavier. So, yeah, I'm sure that got something to do with it. Sorry, gang, I'm not looking in the camera because it's a lot of other cars pulling up. Oh, man, what, that's an M4? Oh, no. Yeah, man, but... so, I don't know. Look like we definitely gonna have to put that methanol and upgraded turbo and fuel pump on this truck to get the times we were on the run, because I was gonna need to upgrade these brakes anyways. There's no way I'm finna be running 11-second passes with this truck, you know, maybe by some miracle a 10-second pass with this truck with the upgrades and not be able to stop. You know, if you go fast, you got to be able to stop. So I guess this was a little step backwards in backwards in quarter mile time, but forward in performance, because I was never able to stop fast enough to get to the first gate. It's 2 gates that you can leave in after you pass through the finish line, and this truck was never able to stop good enough to pass through the first gate. So I can get through the first gate easily now. I can slow down to a complete stop before the first gate, thanks to these 6-piston calipers up front. And if you guys want to do this upgrade, which as you can see on the racetrack, this upgrade is the best thing that I could ever done to the car. You know, even though it's making me run a couple tenths slower, because it's not a lot slower. The mile per hour is a lot slower, but the time is about the same. So, you know, it's definitely some unsprung weight that I'm dealing with. Alright gang, so we finally back from the track, and it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but I knew that it could possibly run a little slower than it was because of some of the mods I did. So for you guys that drag race, you can feel free to definitely chime in on this, because last time I went to the track with downpipe stage 2 launch control, I ran a best time of a 13.79 at 102 miles an hour, 101 miles an hour, you know, and then I ran another 13.79 at 102 miles an hour. But tonight I ran 14.1, which is pretty much the same thing as my old time I was running, a 14.1 at 95 miles an hour. So I don't know if I got a charge pipe leak again, which I'm hoping I don't have a charge pipe leak again. But I'm wondering if I got a charge pipe leak. So I'm gonna check my charge pipe in the morning. But that's an ER charge pipe and it's brand new. So hopefully I don't have a charge pipe leak. So I'm gonna check my ER charge pipe in the morning. But this is what's crazy. My 60 foot was a 2.2 on the good runs. Tonight it was a 2.2. I mean, it's the same 60 foot. And usually you know if you're gonna have a good pass or not when the 60 foot good. And when you're 60 foot good, you're gonna have a good pass. You know, and my reaction time is way better also. So it wasn't my reaction time, it wasn't my 60 foot. And if you go down here to the 8th mile, on the 8th mile on this 13-second run, I ran a 8.9. And on today, on the 8th mile, I ran a 9.0. So that's not a lot. That's not a huge difference either. And then at 81 miles an hour in the 8th mile, and this one was at 79.2 miles an hour. So that's not big. That's not a big difference, you know, at all between the two runs. For it to be 5, almost 6 miles an hour slower, and you know, pretty much close to like I wouldn't say a second slower, somewhere around there though, you know. So I don't know, I'm gonna check my charge pipe in the morning to see what could possibly happen. Maybe the charge pipe came loose, maybe one of the clamps loosened up. You know, I only tightened it one time, you know, since I installed it. So maybe one of the clamps backed out, or, you know, you supposed to, you know, after like a few heat cycles, you want to retort the charge pipe. So hopefully it's something like that. But if not, if the charge pipe is good and there's no other type of boost problems, then it's definitely gonna be the I say it's definitely gonna be because of the extra unsprung weight of the brake upgrade, because the brake upgrade is way heavier. And when I say way heavier, that is, you got 2 6-piston calipers, 2 extra brackets, and a way bigger rotor. And like I said, those are iron rotors, guys. You know, there is not the 2-piece rotor with the aluminum hat, which it was supposed to be. I could have ran with those, but they were like way more expensive. I think they were $200 more per side, so that's extra $400 for me to get the 2-piece rotors. But it would have saved some weight, but I don't know how much weight it would have saved, but it would have saved some weight, you know. So I don't know. Once these rotors go bad, I might go ahead and swap over to the aluminum hat rotors, but I'm not sure. So what I really wanted to do is get it out there, get it on the run, you know, and see what it do. I'm gonna leave a link for the video where I ran the 13-second passes down in the description, so you guys can see those runs, you know, versus tonight's runs. And I'm sorry I didn't have any footage of the actual car running, you know, running down the track, because I didn't have anybody out there with me, and I don't trust anybody with my camera gear to watch it. I'm not gonna ask a stranger, hey, watch this camera gear for me, you know, while I run down the track. You know, by the time I come back in the lane, them and the camera gear is gone. So I recorded everything from the inside on the windshield. So yeah, it's definitely time to get that turbo, that upgraded fuel pump and stuff done. You know, that stuff is extremely expensive. So I'm gonna definitely get everything done though, but I'm not happy with these times whatsoever. It's like I'm going backwards. But if it was the brake upgrade, then that's good, because once we get the truck running how we want it to run, 550 wheel horsepower, 650 crank horsepower, somewhere around there, you definitely gonna want to stop. And single piston calipers definitely not gonna do it, you know. So yeah, but that's gonna be the end of this video, gang. Damn these times, auto lust out.